Captain Will. Ballin', ballin', ballin' with Captain Will. You are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come and rock with your man, Captain Will. Ballin', hey, ballin' with Captain Will. Ballin' with Captain Will. Game time pressure with the mindset steady. SC5 and the squad stay ready. Film room talk with the breakdown vision. Respect the grind and the competition from the paint to the perimeter range. Elite execution, strategy change, flash break flow. Crowd get loud, women's hoops make the whole arena proud. Energy up when the buzzer sound. Top team rise when it's going down. Breaking it down with passion and skill. That's why you're rocking with Captain Will. From take boss talk to the final score. Highlights, insight, always more. Positive vibes, every single drill. Tapping loud with Captain Will. In a way, knock, make the speakers shake. Every episode for the love of the game. The leaders building champions feel that I was too strong. Captain Will. Ballin', ballin', ballin' with Captain Will. Ballin'.
Welcome, welcome, and welcome. Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now officially rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. We got to go with today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. The reload is complete. The reload is complete. How our current depth on this 2026-2027 season matches the power of the 2024 undefeated season. The reload is complete. Follow me on Instagram at Captain Will the OG. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk, and make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Ring the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time we talk about our three-time national champions. Happy Monday morning to everybody today. I want to say a belated happy Father's Day to all the fathers yesterday. Hopefully you got treated the right way. Had a great Father's Day with my chocolate drop, with my wife. Shout out to Lincoln Pen in Charlotte. Terrific restaurant. I highly recommend that. Happy belated Father's Day to my own dad. And happy birthday to my dad on today. Happy birthday. And like I said yesterday, my dad is the epitome of a great father and showed me what is the blueprint, so to speak, of what a father is supposed to be. So happy Father's Day. Happy birthday. Enjoy all the gifts that you got. Now, let's talk some basketball. Did y'all watch the Indiana Fever and the Atlanta Dream game? Did y'all watch that? It happened on Saturday afternoon. Did y'all see that Gamecock reunion that went down in the ATL? Did y'all see Dawn Staley? Did y'all see the coaching staff? Did y'all see the majority of the current roster of our basketball team at that game? Did y'all see them taking pictures with Lotto and Clarissa Shields and just having a great old time? The game, it is what it is, you know. Atlanta's a better basketball team than Indiana. It was a homecoming for Raven Hollywood Johnson. Shout out to her. Shout out to all the Gamecocks who played in that basketball game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Gamecocks played against each other at a WNBA basketball game. That game is a showcase of what it is like to be coached by Dawn Staley. It's a highlight reel. It is a blueprint for greatness. If there are any prospective prospects out there in this class of 2027 and the class of 2028, you need to just watch that game. That's all you need to do. There's nothing else you need to do. Just watch that game. Because you too can be in the number of the multiple Gamecocks that are in the WNBA. You too. And then I look back on that undefeated squad of 2024. The 2024 trophy wasn't a ceiling. It was not. It was a blueprint. It was a blueprint for a permanent dynasty. That's what it was. That's what it was. This current roster, 2026-2027 roster, has relentless depth and defensive versatility that prove that Gamecock legacy is built to dominate for years to come. There are going to be a whole lot of WNBA basketball games in the future with more than seven basketball players between the two teams. This is what I envision. There's going to be eventually a basketball game in the WNBA where there's going to be about 10, 11 players that played for the Gamecocks. That's going to be outstanding, unbelievable. There's a potential. Think about this, because Sanaya Fagan got released by the Los Angeles Sparks. What if she goes to the Atlanta Dream? What if she goes to the Indiana Fever? It just keeps going on and on and on. See how Dawn Staley is using the championship formula to secure our spot as the premier powerhouse in women's college basketball. Greatness personified in Columbia, South Carolina. If we go back to that 2024 season, unbelievable. 38-0. 38-0, first in the net ranking, third in offensive rating, first in defensive rating, fourth in field goal percentage, third in three-point percentage. That was an outstanding shooting basketball team. It was unbelievable. 10th in assist to turnover ratio, first in field goal percentage allowed. Defense was unbelievable. When you are first in defensive rating and first in field goal percentage allowed, fourth in total rebound percentage, you the best. You straight up the best. That team was unbelievable. 38th in pace of play. That 38th in pace of play out of 363 basketball teams is very high. Matter of fact, it's the highest the Gamecocks has ever had in the Dawn Staley era. 38th in pace of play while having the number one ranked defense in the land is the blueprint of the South Carolina women's basketball team. Camila Cardoza showed up and showed out during that season. All SEC first team, All-American second team, SEC Defensive Player of the Year, Tina Powell, All SEC second team. It was terrific. Had depth, had talent, had so many different aspects to that basketball team. But there are similarities to that basketball team to this basketball team. Dawn Staley's recruiting philosophy. Let's call this the chalkboard situation for Dawn Staley in terms of recruiting. Prioritizing redundant talent to ensure there is no drop-off. No drop-off during substitutions. This is why you have similar players that play the wing position for the South Carolina women's basketball team. Tessa Johnson, Jordan Lee, Gotti, Ayla McDowell, Jerzy Robinson. This is why you have that. why. Because when you are able to constantly rotate 6'1" players with length and shooting ability, there is no drop off. There's no drop off. In the post, you talk about Chloe, you talk about Joyce, you're talking about Kelsie Andrews, you're talking about Adhel Tac, you're talking about Alicia, you're talking about Oliviyah Edwards. There is no drop off, y'all. Ashlyn Watkins. There is no drop off. Similar, redundant talent. So you are constantly putting pressure on your opponent. There is a cultural standard of selfless play that allows, hear me now, that allows former top recruits to excel in reserve roles. Conversation I had with my wife yesterday, driving back from dinner for Father's Day. The way that teams, the way that players sacrifice, that's the word, sacrifice for the team concept. You have so many five-star players on this basketball team, so many McDonald's All-Americans that could go anywhere in the country and demand a starting position, demand 35 minutes per basketball game, demand high NILs, all those different things. But you got players on our basketball team that was celebrated on Saturday afternoon in Atlanta. The sacrifice of a team. That's what you saw. The love that you saw from our former Gamecocks, current coaching staff is what's being preached to this basketball team, because you have players on our bench. Legitimately, the starting five on our bench could make the Sweet 16, but it's sacrificing for the greater good of being a Gamecock and potentially going to another national championship game and winning our fourth championship. Most basketball teams don't do that. Most basketball teams continue to reload players, but also they're reloading players because half the team enters the transfer portal. So you have to do those things. South Carolina had 0 players enter the transfer portal. None. Who does that in this era of the transfer portal? I know the one that USC team that is in Columbia, South Carolina. Our 3-guard rotation in 2026, 2027 with Maddy, Tessa, and Jordan is similar. It's similar to that championship squad of Raven, Pow, and Breezy Hall. It is similar. Differences in that team and in this team is the experience at the point guard position. Okay, that is the only difference. That is the only difference in that team and in this basketball team. The experience at the point guard position in a starting role. Tahina Pow, Tessa Johnson, very similar players. Tessa's a better defender. Jordan Lee, Breezy Hall, very similar to players. Jordan Lee is a better shooter. That is it. That is it. It replicates very well the defensive intensity that basketball team had on the perimeter, and this basketball team in the 3-guard lineup are very similar. Tessa Johnson came off the bench for that squad. Okay, now coming off the bench, you got Gotti, you got Ayla, you got Jerzy. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. Talent on top of talent. This basketball team on the perimeter is very, very similar. This basketball team will get defensive stops, and not only get those defensive stops, but turn that into fast break points and keep opponents from settling in their half-court defense. Because we continue to keep, if we put the pressure on them, they can't set up. They can't set up in their shell defense. They can. And if they happen to do so, we can score the basketball. The 2024 season, we shot the ball, number 3 from the three-point line. Tina Pow was a catalyst to that. Tina Pow, Tessa Johnson, both of them shot the lights out the ball during that season. This upcoming season, Tessa Johnson, number 4 shooter last season, number 1 in the conference of the SEC, probably going to be a top 2, if not the number 1 shooter in the country this upcoming season. Has Jordan Lee who can shoot the 3. Has Jerzy Robinson who can shoot the 3. Have multiple players that can shoot the 3 on this basketball team. I really think that this basketball team will be top 7 in terms of three-point percentage and replicate some of those things that team did that season. Now, I talked about the field goal percentage of that basketball team. Camila Cardozo was a bucket getter. She was 6'7". She made the game so easy. You throw the ball into her. She turned around. She scored. This season, it won't be that way. But this season has more versatility at the front court position. You still got Chloe Kitts on this squad. You still got Ashlyn Watkins on this squad. They didn't play last year, but they are ready this year. What you have now on this squad that you did not have on the previous squad is Joyce Edwards, All-American Joyce Edwards. Is more versatile. You have players that can switch on multiple positions, switching out. Ashlyn Watkins, Chloe Kitts, Joyce Edwards. I'm going to talk more and more about Kelsie Andrews because I think she's going to be terrific this season for the Gamecocks. Oliviyah Edwards. You have length, you have defensive ability, you have shot blocking, you have a rim protection, all those different things on this squad. I believe this team could be an excellent rebounding basketball team. Chloe can rebound the ball very well. Ashlyn Watkins can rebound the ball very well. And this is a big if Adhel Tac is healthy and ready to ball, she could be a terrific rebounder. If this team rebounds the ball as well as that undefeated season where it was number 4 in total rebounding percentage, we win in the national championship. Rebounding, defense, and rim protection is going to be 3 key components to this basketball team, replicating what we did in 2024. The bench this year is better than that bench. Let's just keep that 100. Let's be clear. That bench was out of control. There has never in this. We have 132 more days until we play an actual real basketball game. 132 days. The count is on. Cap is doing the count. 132 days until the next basketball game in Paris, November 2nd. This bench is crazy. It is going to be a tactical nightmare. A tactical nightmare for other teams trying to match up with the blend of veterans and new folks, underclassmen on this basketball team, because it's explosive at every single position. The path to back national championship appearances start November the 2nd. The current landscape and the way this specific roster construction is built. It's built for a deep tournament run. It's built. We have 15 players on this basketball team. All 15 can play. We have more McDonald's All-Americans than we've ever had on a squad. They just got to learn how to play together. They got to learn how to sacrifice. And if they do so, it is going to be shot o'clock in Columbus, Ohio in April. The long-term sustainability of depth at this basketball program as it continues to attract elite talent. Don't be concerned about class of 2027. Everything take care of themselves, okay? So you're going to see a lot of different players be committing over the summer, doing visits, all that stuff. What I will say right now on June the 22nd, like I'm going to say all the time, trust in Dawn Staley. I don't want to see no mess in July, August, like, Cap, what are we doing in recruiting? We ain't got nobody yet. We will. Don't worry about it. It's going to be A-OK. okay. The argument that is the potentiality of this 2026 squad, this 2026-2027 squad, is not just chasing the 2024 legacy. It's not just chasing it. Not just chasing it, because that standard was so high, and it was uncommon, and nobody saw that happening. Nobody saw South Carolina go undefeated and win a national championship. Nobody saw that. What we have now on this basketball team, everybody see it. We ain't sneaking up on nobody. But Dawn Staley is ready. These young ladies are ready to reclaim their throne. And I believe completely that this basketball team, when it's all said and done, will be 4-time national champions. With that being said, this concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you the gospel, that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now officially rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Ballin' with Captain Will. Ballin' with Captain Will. You are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come and rock with your man, Captain Will. Ballin' with Captain Will. Ballin' with Captain Will. Game time pressure with the mindset steady. SC5 and the squad stay ready. Film room talk with the breakdown vision. Respect the grind and the competition from the paint to the perimeter range. Elite execution, strategy change, fans break flow. Crowd get loud, women's hoops make the whole arena proud. Energy up when the buzzer sound. Top team rise when it's going down. Breaking it down with passion and skill. That's why you're rocking with Captain Will. From take boss talk to the final score. Highlights, insight, always more. Positive vibes, every single drill. Tapping loud with Captain Will. In a way, knock, make the speakers shake. Every episode for the love of the game. Leaders building champions feel that I'm too strong. Captain